Hello there, amazing viewers and subscribers, and welcome to a brand new Doctor Who topic video for today. So for this Doctor Who video, I kind of want to talk about the 5 seasons I really want out on Doctor Who The Collection range on Blu-ray. So far we've had 13 releases coming up to the 14th release, aka season 20, which is, of course, is just another great season. And I'm going to be honest with you, since I rewatched at the beginning of the year because it was the 40th anniversary of that season, I rewatched that season from the 3rd of January from the 3rd of January onwards. And of course, I finished it all in January, and I watched the 5 Doctors, and I rewatched the 5 Doctors recently for my review. Season 20 has actually moved into my second favourite Peter Davison season, believe it or not. After season 19 has kind of moved down to the bottom because I really do enjoy season 21, and season 20 has now moved into second place because I absolutely love rewatching those stories again. And those stories, I thought, when I did my whole ranking series and I put season 20 a bit lower, I thought to myself, it can't be that low. I'm going to give it another rewatch, and I'm going to give it another rewatch when it comes out on Blu-ray. But so I'm literally holding off that rewatch again. I'm holding back for that rewatch. So anyway, the 5 seasons I want on Doctor Who The Collection range. So these are the 5 I really want the most. These are the 5 I think I'm absolutely going to fantastically enjoy watching HD. And of course, for other reasons as well. So, are you ready? Number 5. So, in 5th place, it is season 21. Season 21, it is my all-time favourite Peter Davison season. Flat out, I really do enjoy Woes of the Deep. Not many people do, but I kind of enjoy it for what it is. The Awakening's brilliant, Frontiers is brilliant, but we've got the 3 masterpieces stories of this season, which is Resurrection of the Daleks, The Planet of Fire, and of course, The Caves of Androzani. And you can tell I love The Caves of Androzani because look at my big poster at the back. Yes, look at my fantastic poster of The Caves of Androzani. What can I say there? You can tell that's my favourite story from season 21. My favourite Peter Davison story has actually moved up into be the 5 Doctors. So I really do want season 21 at some point. I don't really want it next after season 20. Give me a year or 2. Give me about 2 to 3 years, and I kind of would say, yeah, give me season 21 now, please. Sorry, now give me season 21. Give me season 21 now, people. Give me about 2 or 3 years. So in 4th place, so the 4th season I want has got to be season 25. Now, I don't really want season 25 out just yet because it's been 2 years since we had season 24. I'd rather have this season released around about next year or the year after, because basically season 25, it is a fantastic McCoy season. I'm going to be honest, it's my second favourite McCoy season out of the 3 he's got. The one story I really want the most, that I will watch probably the most on the season 25 box set, will be Remembrance of the Daleks. Remembrance of the Daleks, I really think this is a masterpiece story. I really looking forward to seeing the whole Dalek Civil War in HD against the Imperial Daleks and the Renegade Daleks. So I'm really looking forward to seeing that. Also, Happiness Patrol. I really like to see the Happiness Patrol because of the Candyman. Imagine the Candyman basically in HD. Now, I know the Candyman basically can't be on the artwork for season 25, considering he looks like the little sweet man, and I think the BBC kind of had a bit of a suing thing about that back in 1988. I'm not too sure. I have heard it from a few people that the BBC kind of got sued for basically making the Candyman design of the Bauman suites. I think that's what they're called. I don't know. I'm not too sure about that, but I am trying to look into that before talking about more about season 25. And of course, we have Silver Nemesis, which is basically the last Simon story of the 80s. And you've got to have Silver Nemesis out on Blu-ray. I mean, come on. David Banks' last performance as the cyber leader. We are really going to need that, aren't we, on Blu-ray? I mean, with Earthshock and Attack of Simon already out on Blu-ray, and with the 5 Doctors coming out next, David Banks only just needs Silver Nemesis. And then his story as the cyber leader is complete. Complete. And I think that's absolutely going to be brilliant and amazing and epic. The Greatest Show in the Galaxy, I'm not too fussed on. But I do kind of want in 4th place season 25. So in 3rd place, so the 3rd season I want the most, season 7. I really consider this to be Pertwee's second best season. Yes, okay, it's his first ever season as the Doctor. I can't really say I really want season 10 because season 10 is already out on Blu-ray, and my god, I just love rewatching that season out in HD. Season 7, I really want out on Blu-ray because we've only got one story of that season that's already been released on Blu-ray, which is basically Spearhead from Space, and you can see this is the steelbook version. Unfortunately, mine does not have the J card. This is how I brought it second-hand off a market. But it's actually kind of nice find. I mean, come on, a £5 just for that steelbook. £5 on a market just for that steelbook. Yeah, that was actually a bargain. So anyway, as I was saying, there are only 3 stories that we kind of need from season 7 to be updated and released into HD, which is Doctor and the Silurians, The Ambassadors of Death, and of course Inferno. The 2 best stories of the season is definitely Spearhead from Space and Inferno. Doctor and the Silurians and The Ambassadors of Death, I do consider them to be masterpieces as well. I'm going to have to do a Doctor Who video where I kind of talk about the stories I think are masterpieces from classic and modern. But that would be like a 3-hour video. I'm going to try and talk about classic first, then modern first, if you like that. So the second season I want most out on Blu-ray is, of course, Season 13. Now, everybody wants this season out on Blu-ray. Everybody wants it. I want it. I know another sci-fi guy wants it. I know a couple of my other friends that really want this season out on Blu-ray. Season 13, to me, it is an absolutely classic season. It is my all-time favourite season of classic Doctor Who. It's my all-time favourite season in Doctor Who in general. I really do enjoy Tom Baker and Elizabeth Sladen in this season. It's absolutely brilliant. I mean, this season's got 4 masterpiece stories, which is basically Planet of Evil, Pyramids of Mars, The Brain of Morbius, and The Seeds of Doom. So yeah, give me season 13. Please, BBC, give me season 13. Probably in the next year or 2 or 3. I know, because we've only got 3 seasons left for Tom's Doctor, which is basically season 13, season 15, and season 16. And I'm going to be really honest with you, I kind of want season 13 more than the other 2 seasons. I just really want season 13. So that way you got the whole Graham Phillips era just on... Sorry, Philip Hinchcliffe's era on Blu-ray. I mean, not too fussed about Graham Williams, but Philip Hinchcliffe's era on Blu-ray, yes please. So I can rewatch all of his era on Blu-ray for the first time. Yes, that does mean I'll be basically rewatching seasons 12 and 14. Basically, that's already been released on Blu-ray. But throwing season 13 into that, you're going to have a fantastic weekend. If you start it early on a Saturday morning, you're probably going to finish it on the Sunday evening. And believe me, I did that a couple of years back when I rewatched all of seasons 12 to 14 back to back, and that's when I was back in college. Yeah, that was a good weekend, well spent watching classic Doctor Who, and of course Tom Baker. The one season I really want the most on Blu-ray. Now, some people are probably going to say, here we go, we're going to say probably season 11. No, I'm not actually going to say season 11 because season 11, it's my least favourite Pertwee season. I really do not like this one as much. I mean, yeah, there are 2 stories in here I need to give another chance to, which is basically Invasion of Dinosaurs and The Monster of Peladon, because I've not watched them in over a while. Where the Time Warrior and, of course, Planet of the Spiders I do consider to be masterpieces. But the one season I absolutely want the most on Blu-ray, and I feel like going to the BBC with my money saying, give me for this season. Give me this season on Blu-ray. Come on, I will pay you £2,000. I'll pay you £3,000. I will pay you £5,000. Just give me this season, please. So what is this season I really want the most? You're probably wondering, well, it's season 6. Yes, I absolutely want season 6 the most because it is Patrick Troughton's last season. It's basically got all the surviving stories apart from one, which is basically, you know, space pirates. But it still basically exists. I mean, there are 4 masterpiece stories of this season, which is The Mind Robber, The Invasion, The Seeds of Death, and of course, The War Games. I just flat out love season 6. I really love the dynamic between the second Doctor, Jamie, and Surrey. I actually prefer Surrey more than I do for Victoria in season 5. I really do kind of want season 6. I do consider this to be my favourite Troughton season. This is the season I am always rewatching the most for Troughton. Yes, 50 animations helping seasons 4 and 5. This is the one season I actually do consider rewatching a lot of. I mean, I really go back and rewatch this season 3 or 4 times a year. I really do go back and rewatch some of these stories. I mean, 3 or 4 times a year, because I just think Charlton's last season is absolutely a masterpiece. I absolutely love it. Yes, okay, it's got the Dominators in there, which is my least favourite Charlton story, but it's Charlton. He makes the story bearable. I really loved it. I do think it should have been a 4-part story, not a 5-part story, but Charlton does basically is absolutely fantastic. So, season 6 is the most season I want the most to join Doctor Who, the collection range. Now, hear me out for this one. The Invasion. I had did a review over a year ago now about how good The Invasion is. The Invasion, it is a masterpiece. It's amazing. I just really love The Invasion. The Seeds of Death, I have got a review to come out on this story soon, so stay tuned for that one, because I am giving that one another rewatch pretty soon. And I'm going to talk about why I really love that story, because it's my second favourite story from season 6. We have the War Games. I really want to talk about the War Games, but again, I kind of want to say that because I do have a review planned on the War Games. Because I just absolutely genuinely love the War Games. I think it's a fantastic story. I love how it all builds up. Yes, okay, it just kind of get a bit competitive with the Doctor, Zoe and Jamie basically getting captured, escape. Captured, escape, and then basically captured by the Time Lords. Then basically Jamie and Zoe kind of said their goodbyes, and the Doctor's basically exiled and basically forced to regenerate into Jon Pertwee's Doctor. But I really want the War Games. It's just an absolutely iconic story. So that is the 5 seasons I really want on Blu-ray. What are the 5 seasons you want the most on Blu-ray? Let me know in the comments. Please do like, subscribe, and share, and join for more awesome Doctor Who content.